What are Georgia's football players doing right now? And what about a schedule that only has SEC teams? I'm Dean Legge from Dog Post, making you a smarter Georgia fan. I'm going to link to an article that I wrote for Sunday. It's a premium article. It's right up here. You can click it real quick if you want to, about the Bulldogs, their workouts, and how those are changing in a very big way right now because everyone's scattered. And I go through a lot of the details in the article, but it's something I think I would encourage you to read. Georgia's not unlike a lot of other teams right now in that they are having to use digital platforms to get their message to one another, whether it's Nolan Smith telling everybody to get to work, Scott Sinclair putting out what looked like a workout routine for everybody to do. It's just been a strange time. It doesn't feel like we're any closer to the end right now than we were 7 days ago. The Legge household has kind of been locked down a little bit longer than everybody else just because we took it a little bit seriously before the weekend that everybody seemed to start taking it seriously. So we've been locked up, for lack of a better term, for about the last 10 days. And besides the children going absolutely bonkers from time to time, everything's been going well. For Georgia, the kids there are trying to figure out where to work out, how to work out, what to do. I mean, you don't have free weights at your house if you're a college football player. I mean, most people don't have free weights or stuff like that. So in terms of squats and so forth, you can do stuff like that, but there's not going to be any weight. So it's really a challenging time getting ready for a season that is maybe like no other one we've ever seen before. There is a possibility that the college football season takes place with only conference schedules. There's a possibility. But as I talk about in the article, that's going to be complicated to pull off for a lot of different reasons. First of all, just as in Georgia's case, Tech and Georgia have played every year since the end of World War II. They've almost all of those years ended the season against one another. There is a situation here where, you could get both conferences, the ACC and SEC, saying, we're only going to run a conference schedule. I think you'd get serious blowback from Georgia, Florida, South Carolina, Kentucky, Florida State, Clemson, Georgia Tech, all those schools that have crossover games. They would really be unhappy with that situation. Secondly, once you start talking about playing no conference games, and again, I talk about this in the article, you're talking about a situation where, like, for instance, Georgia is getting paid $4.5 million a year, $4.5 million for the game against Virginia in Atlanta to kick the season off. Alabama is getting paid $6 million to play USC in their neutral site game. I mean, is the SEC going to come in and pay that $10.5 million to those two schools collectively? I mean, Ole Miss has a game like that. Tennessee has a game like that at Oklahoma. They're not getting paid, but they would have to lose that money or they would have to pay the guarantee, the contractual guarantee that they have. Arkansas plays at Notre Dame. So I see no scenario where Tech and Georgia skip a year if they're playing college football. It's also possible that the state of Georgia could mandate that the two institutions play one another. I know that that's not the most important thing on earth right now, but it's certainly possible that be a scenario that takes place too. I'd encourage you to go read the article. I'm going to link it right here, right now. Dean Legge from Dog Post, making you a smarter Georgia fan. We'll see you tomorrow, and we'll see you right now over on the website.